Thank you, James. As I said, I do trust my teammates on the table, but I'm surprised they left it there. I thought I was walking into a trap. Strength in collaboration and partnerships. Geroid mentioned it this morning, and that's the theme of what I want to talk about. Firstly, though, I'd like to say thanks to James, although James didn't do anything. It's the IQ team. That's Sarah, Louise, Debbie and Isaac for organising this event and the locality. Well done. I'd also like to thank our sponsors from the Institute Quarrying perspective. That's Quarry Design. Adrian, thank you very much. And me, thank you. But obviously without the sponsorships and the sponsorships of the IAT, this doesn't happen. And I'd like to thank Geroid and now the Vice President, Helen, for collaborating today, where again you can see we're stronger together, we're stronger as a partnership, and their efforts and the Institute today, it speaks for itself, and I'm humbled and honoured to be stood in front of you addressing you at this event, so thank you. I'd like to thank my immediate past president, Viv Russell. There are a number of reasons for thanking him, most of all for his efforts with the Institute, but also his vision around the National Stone Centre, which I'll come on to mention later, and particularly Viv for his guidance, mentorship, and the opportunity to watch Liverpool finally win at the City Ground with a last-minute winner from Nunes. He got his own back this season, so. But on current form, has the nose stopped bleeding yet, Viv? So today, we have witnessed and recognised and awarded students and individuals in our sector, and I congratulate you all for your efforts. I hope today is something that you'll remember on your journey within your respective institute. Well done. I would just like to take this opportunity to reflect a little on the last year from the Institute's perspective and some of the key milestones. We have welcomed the HCTA, the Heavy Clays Technology Association, into the IQ community. We have moved the National Stone Centre project, thanks to the past president, Miles Watkins' leadership on the project team, to the point where we now have, I believe, the final design and the financial support secured, and I'd like to thank the IAT for their financial support, which Geroid informed us all of earlier. That's a great effort, and every piece of support helps, to the point now where in 2025 I believe we are looking to plan to start the construction phase. Miles, am I correct? Well done. And at Hill Head, which was, I believe, on the Wednesday, the busiest show ever, it certainly felt like that, we launched and endorsed the Strategic Safety Forum with past President Martin Riley taking on the role as chair, which brings all the key industry bodies together as one voice, principally on safety, but I'm sure under Martin's leadership, it'll bring us under one voice in all other aspects too. So thank you, Martin. Leading on to our achievements through Kunjak, the Quarry's National Joint Advisory Committee, which I am extremely passionate about, where we launched new communications channels. There's a WhatsApp channel that we launched at Hill Head. We updated the website, and we created a clear communications calendar with the Quarry Management Journal on a quarterly basis to feature the working groups and the work of the volunteers, which, as you find with Minerals Matters, has to be recognised, and hopefully under Ben's stewardship this will continue. I pass the baton of chairing Kunjak on to Ben, who I know will excel in this role, and I also welcome Helen Bailey as our new Vice Chair and her immediate responsibility of chairing Council. Good luck. I was trying to make a mental note here, Helen, that we may actually have a fellows' lunch with just one President's address. Not quite sure if I've got that right in the future. Continuing the strength in the collaboration theme, we have seen the well-organised and well-supported CPD events recently. And not many of you will know this. Obviously, with a lot of events, it's supposed to appear like a swan, where the legs are kicking away underneath and the event runs smoothly. Well, we've seen that today with the team involved, but there's one particular person who I want to thank for the CPD events, who I know is a stalwart and supports those events and stresses her time, and I witnessed it myself when I attended the North Wales Institute Day, where Louise was learning to rescue someone if they, I think you were pulling the rope on the rescue contraption, whatever it was. But Louise works tirelessly, and I want to take this opportunity to thank her for helping the branches put those events on. Thank you, Louise. We've also seen this year I'm not going to say the launch, but I would more put it in line with the industry acceptance in general of the MPQC Connect card, which I think in the future will be a key tool for our industry and the Institute through our strategic partnership approach with Mineral Products Quarries Council. With regards to the Institute as well, I want to take this time to mention the IQBF fund and take this moment to thank Paul Calladine for his stewardship of the IQBF board. Paul is stepping down after over 20 plus years of service, and his success in aiding and assisting members and steering Wanda and me and the other members of the team. We can't thank him enough, and we've decided for the time being that chair of IQBF will become my role, and he's got big shoes to fill because he's done a fantastic job. He's not with us here today, but I do want us to recognise him. And finally, my personal highlight for 2024 is the diploma for surface mining and explosives engineering, surprisingly. This has been successfully launched with its first cohort. It's a level 5 diploma. It's a clear demonstration of collaboration between an industry partner, the Centre for Mineral Products, University of Derby, and the Institute itself. I would like these individuals, if they're present, to just stand up. I would like to personally thank the team, which has been led by Chris Rowan. If you mind standing up for me, Chris. Dr. Rob Farnfield, Dr. Jeff Adderley, Dan Richards is not here, Julian Smallshaw, and Javier Munoz, who not many of you will know, but he's a Spanish colleague of ours, and he's putting in some tremendous work looking at this framework internationally. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Your efforts are appreciated. And the exciting element about this diploma is it creates a framework. We now have a framework by which we can develop future qualifications and delivery, which is flexible and creative in meeting the demands of a blended learning environment for the student. It creates the opportunity to formulate your own higher education qualification, and it has also created global opportunities as part of a wider strategic development for the Institute. And I'm hoping that next year when I stand here, James, we may have a lot more to tell you about that. I sum that up as well through Chris's lead, that the way we've tried to frame it is the diploma is based on, as I said, potentially future qualifications and using that framework. And I believe this is a real demonstration of how this has upheld the Institute's core purpose in developing and advancing the science and competence of quarrying. It was a topic of discussion on my recent trip with James to the International Presidents Meeting, where James did a little bit of work. And where Helen referred to the last time I saw her, enjoy your holiday. at the Institute Aquarian Australia conference in Adelaide. And just to note, the Institute Aquarian Australia has 1,800 members, and at that and bear in mind the size of Australia and the way it's the population is spread, 650 attendees at that conference, with 40 exhibitors, I believe, James, something around 50 of exhibitors. It really made me come away from there setting James another objective. At the meeting of the presidents, we committed to develop a strategic document to have a globally joined up approach to some of the key challenges that we face in the industry today. To illustrate this, I was asked during the panel discussion, what did I feel was the key challenge to our industry today globally? And having not done my homework, I thought on my feet and said, people, people, people. And my response really was, we struggle to attract, we struggle to recruit, we struggle to retain diverse talent, and certainly in the post-COVID landscape. And we need to make our industry more attractive, more relevant to the employees of the future. And during another panel discussion, Tegan Smith, some of you might remember the name, was last year's Carnarvon Award winner, who summed it up far more eloquent than me. Tegan talked about the language we use and the perception we give. For example, neighbours to a quarry feel different to neighbours to an essential minerals operation. This approach was recognised by all the international presidents. So we are embarking on a review of our language and a review of our global brand. I mention this as it fits perfectly in with the strategic review. I also mention it for the team of Minerals Matter, because that was another area that we discussed at length. They're very green with envy at your efforts, and I was pleased to see that you were giving that presentation. The numbers that you and the team, Lisa, the drive and the leadership is fantastic, and I thank you. So we have developed recently a shared piece of work, a strategic review with the board and council that we did together with regards to updating our strategy, its aims, its objectives over the next 5 years. And we've developed a piece of work that will be shared with the membership in 2025 that clearly sets out the direction of travel to ensure that our institute is fit for the future, can deliver a value proposition to our members, embracing new technologies and ensuring sustainability. The key to the future success of our institute is to maintain its member-centric approach, looking to strengthen the branch coordination and collaboration in a regional sense. The Institute Aquarian also has a new role to play by being the vehicle that facilitates bringing the industry together. As one voice, with the development of the National Stone Centre as a centre of excellence and a campus where stakeholders can meet and collaborate on industry issues. What I have learnt in the last few weeks is that we in the Institute Aquarian UK have a unique proposition. With a global reach created by our education and institute, whether it was the DAPS programme or the Centre for Mineral Products, I met with old friends and colleagues from Australia, New Zealand and South Africa that had all been through our system of education and IQ network, and they all valued the education, the networking, the contacts, the mentorship, and above all else, the camaraderie. Recognising through their life that the Institute Aquarian had played a key role in their career development. I want to leave you with that thought and thank you all once again for your continued support of this event. Please travel home safe and have a wonderful weekend.